we've completed a whole month in January, and I can't wait to show you what I have been coloring, what I've been painting, and how I've gotten on. So I wasn't 100% sure what January would bring me. In the end, though, I've managed to color and do a lot more than I actually expected. However, it's still within the range of my typical 4 or 5 pages per month. But I'm going to first show you my color combos. So these are some of the color combos that I found this month, and as you can see, not a lot of color combos, but some of them are really lovely, and I've definitely been branching into some blues, and I really like this purple combo I found here. So I'm very pleased with these, and as you can see, I did do a little bit of Inktense, but I've mostly done Prismacolor. Up here, this is an Inktense combo here, so yeah, not doing a very good job at branching out of Prismacolors into other pencils, but at least we've got a bit of mixed media going on. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you my whips, then I'll show you my completed pages, and at the end of the video I will show you the tutorials I followed for watercolor painting. And I thought I'd leave those for the end in case that is not something you're interested in. It's very easy for you to just stop the video towards the end and go on and do something else. Or if you would like to see the watercolor tutorials I followed, then definitely do stick around for that. Right, so I'm gonna get started with my whips and let's have a look. So my first one is going to be Gnomes in the Neighborhood by Denise Kletz, and this one I haven't done too much in. I'm just going to zoom you in a bit more. I was having a go with watercolor paint, and so everything I've done so far is watercolor paint. I'm not 100% sure whether I need to do more on the snow and on the ice. I might go over that with some pencils, but I'll probably use my cheaper pencils. I really find this paper, I haven't worked out how to use this paper. So with watercolor paints, I can't use a dry on dry. I have to be very quick to try and blend out the watercolor paint because the paper still absorbs the water quite quickly. So I find I need to work a lot faster than I originally thought. I think with as far as the trees and the snow on the trees, I probably need to go over that with pencil because I feel like I lack a finesse in doing it with paint at the moment. But maybe what I can do is I can maybe try Inktense pencils because I don't think I've tried Inktense pencils on this paper. I think Neocolor 2s work better than actual watercolor paints. Markers do work, but as you can see, it's a little bit of bleed through and it does warp. I don't mind that. So yeah, I'm going to do the girl gnomes in pencil, but I might actually try and use Inktense pencils, and I might even do Inktense pencils on a lot more of the girls and see how that goes. But for now, it's been watercolor. So that is my progress so far in Denise Kletz Gnomes in the Neighborhood, and I really do need to do a bit more in here, so I might make this a bit of a priority for February. Then my next whip is in Jasmine Beckett Griffith's coloring book. Now here, what I have been doing is trying to film this on the channel. So I have been working on the girl, so I have filmed how I've done her hair and her skin tone up on the channel, but I still need to edit it and then put it up. If you are interested in seeing me do the dress and the flowers, do let me know and I will carry on finishing this page on camera. At the moment, editing is a bit tricky because I'm sharing my laptops with my two sons who are busy coding at the moment. So it's a bit tricky right now to find a gap to be able to edit videos and in between try and color in and all that. So that's a bit of my own personal logistics going on there. But yeah, as you can see, she's not too bad. I don't know if I like her skin, but I was really trying to go for a bit more of that not ghosty, but like paler, gothic kind of feel that Jasmine Beckett Griffith has in her paintings. And I also did play around here with the shadow, and I actually really like how I got the shadow on her hair. I tried castle arts here on the butterfly wings, and I found that they were really scratchy on the paper, but I might actually try them again because it could have been that I had the pencils too sharp. So I don't want to give up on castle arts just yet with this book. But yeah, so that is my current WIP in Jasmine Beckett Griffith's coloring book. The background I did off camera, so unfortunately I won't be able to show you how to do the background. But we can definitely complete that picture on camera for you. Then next in Fragile World, I have 2 completed works and 1 WIP. So my WIP is the Jaguar page. So I really have been enjoying Kirby Roseanne's this January and even into February. So what I'm doing here is I am using the same color palette as My Colorful Country Life for this page, and I'm most likely going to also use her color combo for the Jaguar. I might even loosely follow her color along for the Jaguar. And the reason I'm doing it this way is because I actually really like her color combos. I find them very striking yet also quite realistic. And I also really do admire her coloring. So one of the things I've tried and promised myself to do this year is to follow more artists and colorists I admire and try do a bit more of their color alongs, not because of trying to copy their work or pass it off as my own, but actually to just try and cultivate a heart of humility and a willingness to learn from others, and also to simplify things for myself. But yeah, so I really am liking the color combo. And what I'm finding in my own coloring is when it comes to my color combos, I'm pretty good at picking a light, a dark, and a mid-tone, but sometimes I miss the shades in between to create a smoother gradient. And I find My Colorful Country Life is very good with that. So I'm hoping that the more I lean into her color combos, the more experience I will get at knowing exactly which pencils to help create a smoother gradient and a richer tonal value to my colors. For now, this is my WIP, and then I have 2 completed pages for you. And so the first completed page was a color along up on the channel, and I'm just going to zoom you out a bit. And it was this double page spread here. So I used Inktense pencils as a base for the trees, and I used Prismacolor for the mountains, the animals, and Neocolor 2s for the background. Now here's what I'm talking about. So I got the gradient relatively okay going from light into peach into pink. I'm definitely missing some colors to blend the peach into the pink smoothly. And then from the pink into the blue, you can see I've missed a shade or 2 here, and I couldn't blend it out with pencils any better. I did try, as you can see, I think over here, I did try to blend it out a bit better, but it really just didn't work. So the gradient for the sky is really not good in my opinion. And I'm not saying that because I'm trying to be hard on myself. I'm actually saying that because I want to look at my pages and go, okay, what do I like and what do I still need to learn from? And while I like everything on this page, I don't like the gradient in the sky. Now, I'm not going to throw the page away and say it's a disaster. I'm just going to say, okay, I don't like it. Why don't I like it? And why doesn't it work? And it doesn't work because I'm missing color gradients. So maybe like a lighter blue into the pink would have been better, and then right at the top gone for this darker blue. And I definitely am missing a bit of a shade here between the peach and the pink. And that's okay. I'm okay with that because I'm using the colors I have, which means I need to look at the Neocolor 2's set and see which grade colors are missing to help me create a smooth gradient. And I need to just slowly build up my Neocolor 2 collection. On the other hand, I think that how I've done the mountains and the animals is pretty good. I think I do wonder if maybe the leopard could have been worked on a bit more, but at the same time I really like that it's gentle and subtle, and I like that he's camouflaged into the mountains because I did want to create that camouflaged look. I definitely love his blue eyes. So yes, I'm critiquing my own work, but I'm critiquing it because I want to grow and I want to learn. And if I keep doing the same mistakes over and over again, I'm not going to grow as a colorist. And at the same time, I want to celebrate what I did right because that gives us the encouragement to carry on and move forward. So that's my opinion on here. And here are the two pictures I used for inspiration. I got these off Pinterest. So here you can see the rock and the blend. So it's very similar to what I've done, although I use a bit more of a reddish brown there. And then here I was going for kind of like the eyes. But again, just trying to see how they blend and yet stand out. So, or maybe I do it like that. So those are my two little reference photos. And then I did another page, and I really loved how this page turned out. So I'm going to zoom you in again just a wee bit. All right, so as you can see, the sky is a bit glittery, and that's because of the Spectrum Noir sparkle pen. So for the sky, I followed my Colorful Country Life's way of doing the Northern Lights. I really needed to know how to do the Northern Lights in pencil. I didn't have the confidence to do it with paint, nor did I feel I had enough paint variations to do it properly. I really did enjoy just watching how my Colorful Country Life did her Northern Lights. Now, she did Northern Lights in Mythic World, and then I just took the same technique and applied it here. And I really like how it turned out, and I want to do it again, but I also want to try and change it with like maybe a pinky purple Northern Lights for something different. Intense pencils I used here and on this part. The background here was Neocolor 2's. I really like how it turned out. I also used quite a lot of white gel pen in some areas here, but I also used the white of the paper, and I found that very helpful. These polar bears are Inktense with a mix of white Prismacolor, and then any of the other pencil work was Prismacolor on top. But yeah, I really like how it turned out. I ummed and ahed about doing a white and blue polar bear because in my head I questioned whether it was realistic or not. But I did have a look on Pinterest and Instagram and saw a few people's interpretations were the blue. I got inspiration for this section here from a picture I found on Google. I noticed the darker sections here into this sort of like tealy sort of blue. So I really tried to interpret it that way. And then I made my seals a little bit brighter just to help them stand out but not take over the page. So that is what I have colored in Fragile World by Kirby Rosannes, and I really did enjoy coloring in his books. I am toying with the idea of doing something in Worlds Within Worlds. I'm going to definitely do the Jaguar page and hopefully another page in here. Right, so next up we have Magical Dawn by Hannah Carlson, and we did this heart page here. I haven't embellished it much really, but it's complete, and I use Prismacolor pencils for the pencil work. I tried to use Black Widows and I found Widows didn't work on this paper for me. Yeah, they just didn't work at all. When I tried to layer over them, it was like it had put down too much wax or something with the wax didn't work. But Prismacolor on top, I was able to do that and just deepen it up a little bit more. And the background is watercolor. And then I used white acrylic paint. So that is what I have done in Magical Dawn. There is a color along up on the channel for you. I show you how I do the heart or the gold and one wing and the background, but I finish it off camera. So yeah, that is Magical Dawn by Hannah Carlson. And then finally, I have here Drommenwanger by Thomas Love Tomic. I finally got a one page done. Now this has been about a year or so effort of trying to get one page in this book done, and I finally did it, and I am so happy, because I feel like I've conquered it now, and I have a better way of approaching these incredible illustrations. So what I did is I took a page out of Colored by Maya's book. She uses a lot of mixed media and Inktense pencils in her books, and I just love her artwork, and I love the effect that she gets. And I saw in her videos that she was using Inktense pencils in this book, and I thought I really need to give it a try, and I'm so glad I did, because the entire background is done with Inktense pencils, and I got a really good tone. I used white Posca pen, and then all the rest I used pencils. But it was so nice to be able to do a vast majority of the page in neocolors, and I couldn't believe how well this paper handled the Inktense. I mean, it didn't even bleed through on the other side. It was just incredible. So I've done gel pen on her dress there. So that's Sakura Stardust. And I've also done it on the staff going up. And then I used some white, I think it was white acrylic paints to kind of create that. There was a bit of a sort of vibrancy going off her scepter. And you can see where I've used like the glitter paints. And that really made sense to me because it's quite small and finicky. So instead of taking hours with pencil, just use a pen. A lot of white gel pen around all the snowflakes and this sort of icy kind of border here. I did initially do the frames of the windows white, but then I realized it would be better black. So I then went over them and did them black. I completely forgot about these white stones, but I'm just going to leave them because I couldn't be bothered. And then, I mean, you can see a bit here. I forgot some of the white snowflakes, but, you know, never mind. I'm calling it done. I even forgot to go along here. Oh my goodness. I'm saying it's done and then I'm seeing it's not done. Never mind. I'll quickly finish it. I like the fur texture I got on the polar bear. I think it's subtle enough to show that he's got hair, but he's not overly shaggy. I really like the purple combo I came up with. All right, I'm going to go and just quickly fix this. So the page that I want to do in February is this page here. I'm going to carry on using Inktense pencils to do the vast majority of it. I think it worked really well, and I can always go on top with some pencil work and just smoothen things out if need be. So yeah, I'm really pleased with how this has turned out, and I will make sure I quickly go and finish the edge of her robe. But yeah, the base here on the floor is also Inktense. So I really was pleased to do this, and to be able to have a page in this book actually done is a huge relief for me, and it really excites me because that means I can now go and I've broken the back of it. I can do more in here and actually know that I'm going to finish it. So that is what I have done in Drummonvanger by Thomas Love Tomic. And now if you would like to stick around and see the watercolor tutorials I followed, do stay around. If not, I hope you've enjoyed this video and looking at my colored pages. I appreciate you hanging around. Do let me know your thoughts in the comments below. For now, here are some of the watercolor tutorials that I did. So the first one was this one. Now these, you can find these same tutorials on Instagram, and just go to @layers_by_navdeep. She's got a 25 days watercolor series for beginners, and this is day one. And she really makes them easy to follow. I really enjoy her tutorials. As you can see, my paint seeps through the washi tape, but I don't mind because I'm really trying to just learn how to create all these different effects. And I really love that I can create all these beautiful birds. I even managed to figure out how to do the birds sitting on the branches. So this is really, really fun. I really enjoyed this one. And then day two by the same person's tutorials was this one. Now here I didn't get the blend as smooth. This one kind of like pooled and then spread. So I need to practice blending the different colors into each other to create a bit of a cloud effect. So similar to up here and on the edges over here. But again, it's just practice. I do like that look though. I think if you do that with a white gel pen, it could create like natural lightning or something like that. So I'm not displeased with the effect. It's just not what I was supposed to do. So then day three, I think was this one. I managed to find a sticker. I pulled the sticker off too quickly, then I had to put the sticker on, and then some stuff threw into my little son. But anyway, what I really liked with this one was I think a lot more needed to be done while it was wet than I realized. And I really like the sort of like sky cloud things again. So I really do enjoy trying to paint or even color clouds, but I like following a color along because it gives me more confidence to do that. This one was an interesting color palette, really did like that one. And then my favorite is this one. I can't remember if it was day 4 or day 5. This one's day 5. I really enjoyed working very quickly, practicing using the paintbrush to lift paint off. And I'm just using mixed media paper here. I'm not really using anything fancy. It's just an art sketchbook sort of paper. I can imagine if I use watercolor paper, it will be even more amazing to color with. And I also use a sticker. I think I used a sticker initially here, and then I really like the way we were able to do the moon. I always forget that you can do a moon with yellow, and it doesn't always have to be gray. These are the little tutorials I followed. I had a lot of fun doing these, and I hope that you will go check out Layers by Navdeep as well and have a look at her watercolor series if you're interested. I do find them really fun to do, and they're also quite quick, so you get that dopamine kind of hit as well quite quickly. So thank you everyone for joining me, having a look at my webs, my completed pages, my little attempts at growing as an artist and a colorist. And I look forward to looking at your videos, seeing what you've colored, and I can't thank you enough for joining me. I hope you have a lovely, lovely month in February, and I wish you many, many hours of happy coloring, and I will see you in the next video. Until then everyone, do like, subscribe, and comment below, and I'll see you soon. Take care. Bye now.